everybody. Hi. Hello. Safkras, Iwan. Hi. Okay. I got my food. So I'm gonna be eating on stream if you guys don't mind the ASMR. How's your day going? I woke up and then watched a couple people's streams and I have some thoughts. So earlier, I was watching Ozzy's stream with Lockstream, and I just kind of kept thinking, like, man, he's doing a lot of things that I actually wanted to do originally, and then I just lost my mind. Like you guys, like I already told you guys, like how like I was originally going to be a lot more prim and proper. I was gonna be a lot more ladylike. Even, yeah, I was gonna be a mischievous princess, but then I became like unladylike as time went on. And then so instead of like the brain rot no thoughts, head empty type music in the background, you would have actually been subjected to a lot of classical music from me. And like he was even playing a lot of Vivaldi, which I love. Vivaldi's my favorite. That's what I really liked about finding out that Ozzy also really likes Vivaldi. I really like violins, so I had violin lessons and then I gave up after a while. um Thank you for having hope, I guess, for that. Thank you for thinking so highly of me, Blancato. So okay, I'll get my food first. Also, this is what I mean, guys. I think it's weird that in America, like the ice cream machine is notorious for being broken at McDonald's. Like I literally just got a McFlurry, so it's like I don't know why you guys keep having broken machines. Like I don't know what that's about. Oh wait, my music stopped. Hang on. Fiction has taught me that most princesses are crazy. That is true. Let me find a playlist. Hang on. Where did it go? And let's go with this one. Anyways, so my thoughts on the Gen 2 so far. It's like I kind of find it interesting how they're balancing out the cast, I guess, since they were auditioning and they got casted, so I'll just refer to them as a cast. So what I thought was interesting, so far, all the girls that debuted are very, very cute, like, but in different ways, and I was kind of amazed by how even with the scuff, like they're all very like interesting personality types. And this is what I mean about how, like, having so many people debut at once is actually kind of great, because that means, like, even if you're very picky, you could probably find at least one person that you enjoy, because I'm very picky when it comes to streamers. I don't watch a lot of streamers, so I'm always happy when I can find at least like one personality that I vibe with, Mm-hmm. Oh my god. Okay. I hope you guys don't mind the chill vibes today, because I actually earlier I forgot what happened, if I choked on something or what, but my throat is kind of not doing so good. I know, like, throat jokes, lubrication, blah blah blah, but it's like I'll probably just kind of like speak a little more chill today. So I hope you guys don't mind the vibes. Okay, we're not gonna be as chaotic as usual. um oh, maybe if I talk like this, like, do you guys like this voice of mine? Like, would you rather I talk like this all the time? A lot of people are getting sick. Yeah, I think I caught something from my sister, who caught it from somebody else. So I'm very peeved by that. Anyways, I like Rob. Me too. She was so cute, and I was like, because as funny as it is that we have like overlapping themes, I thought it was very interesting that we've never actually spoken. So I've never actually heard her voice. I've never like gotten a handle on her personality until today. So I was like, oh, she's really cute actually. Like, I really want to talk to her more later on, and like she definitely is gonna be one of the people I'll drink with, or at least like be in a VC with when we do like a drinking session. I never pressure people into drinking. I pressure people into having fun though. But yeah, no. So, I think yeah, like all the girls are cute. So if you like cute girls, there's a bunch of people to choose from in Gen 2. And in regard to the guys, definitely yeah, they're all such yappers, like seriously, like oh okay, like hang on. Oh, I forgot to I know I was like I pulled it up and then I forgot to like finish loading it. Hello everybody. Hello. Hi. Yeah, nothing like fine dining and then and just having like McDonald's. Oh my gosh. Hello detective. Hello. Hi. So I was like actually about to mention when I was watching your stream earlier, Ozzy. I was like, man, he's doing a lot of things that I originally wanted to do for both my debut and also like my initial streams, right? Because like it kind of just devolved from there. It like it just went downhill from there. But like yeah, like I'm really glad that you're enjoying yourself and you have like many plans. So that's good. And I think I'll be watching a lot of your streams from now on. Like I'm really enjoying the vibe so far. I might not show up all the time because you do stream at like 6 a.m. for me. So and you were even asking chat if they wanted you to stream an hour earlier, so that would be 5 a.m. for me. So either that's a case of me waking up early or me not sleeping at all. Either way could happen, Either could happen. Mm-hmm. Okay, so, anyways, thoughts on Gen 2 so far? Well, I mean, you guys already know that I really vibe with Ozzy, obviously. And I enjoyed how what was his name? Hikari, the basketball boy, Troy Bolton. I kind of like his like high school stories because when I was in school, when I was at the Royal Academy when I was younger, I never actually had a teen romance. I never had anything like that. I was always so focused on doing schoolwork and just not be and not being a smear on the Liliales family name. Like I didn't want to be an embarrassment, so I always strived to do well in school at the detriment of my at the detriment of my social life. I remember when I was like 15 or 16, and like I remembered hearing my classmates just having fun in the back while I was like doing my homework, and I was this is so weird, but like I remember I had a mantra, right? I had a mantra to myself that I would just kind of say like I just mutter to myself in bitterness. I would just be like, I'm not here to make memories, I'm just here to graduate. But looking back on it, I'm like, you know what? I feel really bad that I never allowed myself to have fun when I was younger. Like I was so focused on the wrong things and stressing out over things that did end up mattering like the later in life. And so it's like when I mean obviously it's bad if you peak in high school, right? But it's also bad if you don't make any sort of positive memories while you're at school, like in general. So while Hikari was like I think also Momo was also talking about some high school stories, and I just remember thinking, man, I wish I had that. Like I wish I could go back in time and just enjoy things a little bit more. Like my friendships were so shallow. Like I remember just hanging out with people because they were just there, or we just saw each other a lot. And I wish I was like I was closer with my friends in school, because that's why I try really hard to have a positive and like personal connection with people now. Like even people that I just met, I'm like so okay with being vulnerable around them or talking about real things, because I never made the effort when I was younger. I didn't think there was a need to. And so I just kind of, lived life on autopilot, I suppose. And I really regret that, like because like I didn't realize that I wouldn't be speaking to any of those people after we graduated. I thought I'd still be talking to some of my friends, but no, like I can't think of a single person that I regularly speak to that I went to school with. Like as soon as I graduated, I was just like, yeah, bye. And so while I do think that having like, waiting till you're ready to have a relationship is good. Like I'm glad that I didn't, have a relationship when I was like 13 or whatever. But I do kind of get jealous of people. I do get envious of people that had a teen romance, because a teen romance is normally so lighthearted. It's normally so fun and very positive for the most part. Even if you get into drama, it's very cute, like, and very unserious. It's like as serious as a high school romance can be, like all you really have to think about is having a crush on somebody and you end up dating them, and then you go on dates and you like, become official and stuff like that. It's like it's so nice. You don't have to my very first relationship, I was 17 and the guy was like a year or two older than me, but he's already had like 13 relationships prior to that. And I just remembered, I was so shocked because again, I was like freshly graduated. I was 17, and then he just, starts talking about marriage and children, and I'm like, I'm just a kid. I didn't I barely left school. I don't have I'm not in any place to be thinking about settling down. This is literally my first relationship. And so even though that was a teen romance, it wasn't the kind of teen romance I wanted. It's so serious so quick. But yeah, it's like I do feel like it is weird when people date when they're like 9 years old, because it's like, what do you do at a nine, like when you're 9? Like how do you distinguish between a friendship and a relationship, right? Because unless you're interested in kissing and stuff, all you really do is like you just hang out with one person more than usual. That's was it that easy over there? Imagine. But yeah, I don't know. It was just kind of I think more so than your age. I think your place in life, like what phase you are in your life, is more important when it comes to stuff like that. Like like two people could be like in their 20s, for example, but one of them is ready to settle down and the other one is just, they just graduated, they're in college, they want to explore things, they want to travel the world. But the other one is like, I've been dating for like 7 years and I want to have a wife and kids and a house. And then the other one's just like, I want to go to Peru, I want to go on a Euro trip. It's like, so even if like they're the same age, like they're in very different phases in their life, and that's what I think a lot of people need to consider when trying to date somebody, because it's not just as simple as, oh, do we like the same anime? You also have to think about the long term a little bit, unless you're like actively trying to seek out short term relationships. um I mean, even that, like just the longevity and how serious you want a relationship to be, that also is something that you need to take into account when romancing someone. Not even, I mean, I think like everyone can kind of relate, where it's like you're either high maintenance or low maintenance when it comes to social interaction. Like I'm the type of person that will not respond, well, I mean, no. I'm not comfortable DMing first. So a lot of the time, I'll wait till somebody messages me, and then I'll start to feel comfortable, um like after we've established that we are close and like, we're in a certain like friendship, excuse me, personal relationship or friendship where we just talk all the time, then that's when I'll be comfortable messaging you first. But usually the reason why I have so many male friends, I mean, I do have like female friends. It's just that I talk to the guys more than the girls because guys will message first, whereas girls seem to like wait to have a reason to message, or they'll wait till like somebody messages them first. So I'm like, so that's kind of my issue. Hmm. Mm-hmm. Hi, hi, hi. Okay, going back to the Gen 2s. So Hikari and Momo and Manon, they have like this whole like high school childhood friend trio thing going on. It's very cute, very very wholesome. And I really like how they seem like a well-rounded friend group. Like, you know, like those they always have these types of like friend groups for sitcoms, or you know, like Nickelodeon or like Disney Channel type shows, you know, which I think is very very cute. Because like people might think like, oh, two girls and one guy, it's a love triangle. And I'm just like, not necessarily. I kind of like how Momo is so she's so invested in Manon. It's so cute. I love that. Girls being girls. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. I'm still upset that like Clotho and I couldn't have like the bourgeoisie with Melody and Alvin. Like we could have been so snooty. We could have been like, yeah, look down on we'll look down on you, you know, like, look up at us peasants. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. So so far, who do you guys like in Gen 2? At least the ones from the debuts so far. Um as I mentioned, because I have so many similarities with Ozzy, I'll probably be tuning into to his streams more. But I kind of want to talk to Rov more as well. Like she's intriguing to me because I kind of want I kind of want to learn more about her. Um, the others are very cute, but it's also like, what do I have in common with them? You know, like what do I have in common with the others like that? So that's the thing that's making me like not super you know, like sure that I could like enjoy their streams. But I mean, like, it's not that they're bad streamers, they're good streamers. It's just that, like, you know, like my personal preferences, as I mentioned before, I'm very picky when it comes to my streamers because I can't mentally like handle watching so many streams at once. I'm not Vijay. Seriously though, Vijay, thank you for supporting all the Nexans so far. You've been a big help. I seriously think you're just like you're either one guy with like 20 phones, or you're like many people using the same username. You're vibing with Ozzy as well. Yeah, yeah. It's like, because that's why I mentioned before that even though I have a bunch of VTubers that I enjoy, a lot of the time I don't actually watch streams. Maybe I'll check a stream out and then leave after a while. But I'm a clip enjoyer. I'm a compilation enjoyer. You know, so it's very interesting. I don't mind casual viewers. You know, it's like they're viewers still. Not everybody has a time to watch content. So I never feel offended if somebody, you know, says that they can't catch a stream of mine or something like that. I'm just like, no, yeah, don't worry. It's like, I understand. Like sometimes you're just not interested in watching a stream. Like that's okay. Whether it's a topic that you're not interested in, like let's say a video game, or like just, you know, what they're talking about, or because you're busy, or you just came home from work and you're tired and you just want to pass out on the couch or something, or because you're watching someone else, or because you've just kind of gotten brain rot recently and you're just like, I am tired, I need a break from VTubers, you know, like I really don't mind that. It's completely understandable, mainly because I also go through phases like that. I also go through that as well. So it's like, I understand when people can't come to every single stream, you know. I feel bad too when people apologize for something like that. When they're like, Oh, Enaria, like, I'm sorry I haven't been coming by recently. I'm like, it's fine. I mean, I'll notice, but like, it's not like I'm gonna take, hold it against you. It's not a big deal. We all have our lives aside from VTubing and watching streams. That's perfectly okay. And that's why, like, I want to mention that now because with the upcoming debuts this week, and then they're gonna be streaming a lot in the upcoming like weeks as well until they all leave AniLive, and then they start streaming on Twitch and YouTube. So that's even more platforms to watch people on and keep track of. That's even more people's streams to catch. So it's like, don't worry if you need like a mental health break from all this like streaming stuff, because yeah, we all need a break every now and then. You gotta unplug. You gotta touch some grass. You gotta like watch literally anything else. I'm not sure I ever asked. I save recordings of each issue. Do you mind to upload yours to YouTube for longer storage? Oh yeah, sure. You could even clip them if you want. I don't mind. I keep thinking like, man, I really goof with the whole like Beebs thing. Remember Beebs? I miss Beebs, but like I did give him warnings, right? I did give him a lot of warnings about that. Elysia, hello, hi. Hmm. Now, is there okay? Do you guys have any predictions of the next upcoming debuts? Like, do you guys have anyone that you're looking forward to watching? I mean, obviously, like Mocha, Vera, they're very like popular. I'm also looking forward to watching them. I've met Vera, but I haven't met Mocha yet, surprisingly. I've met Charlie. Charlie's chill. I met Mia. I'm trying to think. Oh, I met Silas. We had like a conversation one time. Taryn also I've met. Taryn is very interesting because he's like very openly flirty, and like we've even like like made jokes about that. We've been like trying to riz each other up in chat and stuff. But when we finally got into a 1v1 VC, he was actually very say so. And I'm just like, a fraud. Like, he was very respectful, and we were just having a very real talk, like so late in the evening. We're just like talking about a bunch of like random things, and it was very very normal, very wholesome. I had a similar conversation with Ozzy when we first met. It was not like weird at all. We were just kind of like talking about a lot of normal things. Imagine VTubers being normal. Male wife vibe. Really? When I first interacted with him, all I got was like, oh, he's like a little shit. He's kind of a brat. I kind of like that. He gives me a hard time in the group chats because like he knows like what kind of person I am, I guess, and so like he'll play along, and like, and that's why like he refused to call me Npai, like because everybody else called me Npai right away, and he's just like, no. And I called him a little shit, and I was like bullying him. So yeah. Oh, thank you, Alicia. He probably knows you can take it. That's a thing too. It's like if I know that you don't actually mean it, then we're just playing along, because like I can kind of tell when something's a joke and when something's like actual like hate or something. Because like you guys know me, like you can tease me, I can tease you back, and it's like it's like when you have a close friend and you can like cuss at each other, and it's not actually that serious, not that deep, right? Speaking of which, I might have to take a break from the other website, mainly because I've been realizing that I've been a little, not like, I was just checking, just to see what people were saying about Gen 2s. And then I got like I saw some stuff about me that I was like not happy with. And then I kind of lost my cool. I was in like, mentally I should have been better. at handling that, but I lost my cool. I was mostly hangry. That's why I made sure to buy food before I started stream this time. Because I was like starving yesterday, and like I was like my stomach was grumbling for like 2 hours, and then I saw like negative comments, and then I was just like, you know what, fuck you. And it's kind of, yeah, the basket weaving site, and it's, yeah, it's kind of like I'm, you know how weird it is being the person to tell everybody else like not to take things seriously and just, have fun and not focus on like stuff like that, and then meanwhile I'm just over here like a complete hypocrite, right? But like the thing with me is that, yeah, it's like, how do I put this without, in a way that's like not trauma dumpy. um So, the reason why some of you guys know this already, but maybe some of you don't. But during my debut, somebody asked me who my prince was or something, and I mentioned my Kamioshi, who is Gerard T. Rexford on he's yeah, in Hollow Stars, and that's because I've been following him for years now, and I was really I was kind of in a really bad place mentally last year because I was trying to be an indie, and like I was going to debut and everything. I was like, gonna make a bunch of content. I was like prepping for it. And then stuff happened in my personal life, and it also affected my streaming a little bit, and then it kind of just it made me hate streaming. It wasn't fun for me anymore. I just felt like I was focusing on the numbers a little too much, and I was like, why am like I don't know, I was like freaking out. I was like, why am I not like growing, like why is it that my friends are growing so much faster than me? What am I doing wrong? Like they're literally taking some of my ideas and doing it better for some reason, or people respond better to them doing it than me. Like what am I doing wrong? Like how come people don't like me enough, and why aren't they following me? Why aren't they like coming to my streams? So I was focusing on the numbers when I was supposed to be focusing on, having fun and just like, staying humble, I guess, and like not trying to like chase the numbers too much. And that's when I started realizing, I was like, you know what, like maybe this isn't for me. Maybe I should just give up on streaming. I was so close to quitting the idea of like VTubing. I wasn't gonna debut as an indie anymore. And then the Nexus thing happened. Oh wait, no. Before that actually. So Gerard, he actually went on hiatus, right? And then and then I was like, oh, okay. And then he came back as Gerard T. Rexford in Hollow Stars. And I was like, yo, I feel like such a proud mom right now. What the heck? Like it was like so amazing because I always thought he was so underrated as a creator. And to see him like, make it big, right? And just like get into Hollow Stars, I was so proud of him. And then I thought, if he can do it, maybe I can too. Maybe I can make this work somehow. And so that's why like I didn't give up, and then the Nexus thing happened, and I was like, maybe this is a sign, maybe this is a sign that I can try to be a VTuber. And then stuff happened, like for example, I think it started when, because I was having fun in the Nexus VCs and everything, but I think when the issues came from, my like the stuff regarding my model, there were a lot of issues there. Like I remember, like I was so freaking upset when I couldn't even because like they gave me an ETA on the rigging, for example, and then I couldn't even do my character reveal properly on Twitter. Like I set it up, everything. I was like hyping it up. I made an announcement on when. I was like, I even had a video planned, only to find out that there was a delay, and so I had to like push it back like a few days. But like that kind of killed it for me, and I was like, the reason why I'm constantly like having, like like identity crises, and like just mental breakdowns, I guess, um is because I'm perpetually on the verge of quitting. Like even before I joined Nexus, right? Because I was already like thinking like, oh, I'm not good enough for this. I'm not a great streamer. I don't think like I'm the type of person that people would want to watch. And so I've always been like really hard on myself, and I was like, I was just kind of like struggling with like a persona, or like how I present myself, or how I do my streams. And like I've been experimenting so much, and like trying to figure out what works and what doesn't. And it's still like confusing to me. So that's why I have like the identity crisis and stuff like that. And so like just seeing like any type of negative comment, like I do kind of try to see like where I can improve, like based off of that comment. Like I know, like I hate comment, but like a negative criticism, it's like I'm like, okay, what can I do to improve, right? Because I think of that as like a Yelp review. um but like that's why I'm sensitive to that sort of thing, because I'm so hard on myself all the time, and I'm always thinking that maybe this isn't the life for me. Maybe I should give up on streaming. Maybe I should give up on being a VTuber. And so that's why I'm like never 100% sure of what I want to be, because when I was sure of who I wanted to be and what I wanted to do, like things weren't working out. And so I've been like trying to see, like trying to balance between being true to yourself and being like honest and just having fun on stream, and also trying to make content that you think other people would enjoy. Even like it's like finding the right balance is very difficult, I think. And and so like when I see like any type of streamers, and that's what I've also been taking away from the debut streams this week, was like just seeing where they're doing something right that I wish I could be doing, or wish that I did, or something. And it's like I am envious. I mean, I'm not gonna hide that fact. I am envious of a lot of them, for different reasons. Yeah, being a VTuber is not for the faint of heart. I'm gonna be honest. Like being a content creator of any kind, you're opening yourself up to criticisms always, right? Whether it's like a positive or a negative comment, you are going to see them. Even like the best content creators will have haters. Even the worst content creators will have fans, right? So like what do you focus on when you're a content creator? Making money, getting fame, growing your audience, building a community, having fun, making content regardless of whether or not you have an audience. These are things that I thought about for the past how many years, and it's like I'll go back and forth between things, because yeah, it's like I'm very indecisive. It's like I remembered when I made my reference sheets for my design, and the artist that was assigned to me did not pay attention to a single thing that I sent them. And I was just like, oh, am I gonna have to deal with a model that I don't like, you know and then so I had to, like I had to give birth to myself. I had to dress myself up, I had to do my own hair and makeup, had to put on my own dress. And so yeah, and that's just like the behind the scenes stuff. Being an actual streamer, it's like, okay, what would people want to see from me, right? Because like there are times where I'm having fun and people like that, but there's times when people are not having fun even though I am. And so it's like, what do you prioritize? Because service industry people, they will prioritize the customer, right? They will prioritize the enjoyment, the entertainment of the customer. But other people, they might just prioritize their own enjoyment. So like what do you personally want to prioritize, like, because it's going to affect your content, it's going to affect how you proceed from here on out. And like, can't help you much with your own thought process, but at least for handling criticism, you have to discern whether the criticism is genuine, whether it's genuine or harsh. or just there to get a rise out of you. Yeah, yeah, that is absolutely something that I need to get better at. At the very least, it's like trying to figure out, what's appropriate to do afterwards, because like me responding to any type of criticism is bad, but it's also like even when I don't respond to it publicly, I'm like taking it to heart subconsciously, you know? Like I'm not good at handling criticism, because I mean I try to, but it's like I think it's like what is that phrase called? Rejection, sensitivity, dysphoria, or something like that. And basically it's like any type of negativity and like a criticism you kind of take to heart, and you take it to heart like in a really bad way. For example, I remember I had this like former friend of mine. This is like a couple of years ago. I remember I was playing a video, right? Because I was in a call with like with three of them, and then I was playing them a video because we were all sharing videos with each other, and trying to get each other to laugh and stuff like that. And I was like, guys, look, this is so funny. Like I love this video so much. And then it's one thing if they just didn't laugh, or they like didn't like it that much. I don't care if they didn't like it that much, different like personal tastes. But like that, this one girl, she kept saying stuff like, this is shite, this is so not funny, like this is so dumb. And like that's just her hating the video and not having the same type of humor in me as me, right? That's how a logical person would take that. But because of like that whole thing that I just mentioned, I took that to me, and like this is how my thought process was when I heard that. I was like, okay, I showed her a video that I personally thought was funny. She hates it. She thinks it's not funny. So that means that she thinks that I have a shitty sense of humor, and that means that she doesn't like something about me. And that's and like I was then that's what like made me start thinking like, oh my god, does she hate me? And I'm like, well, bro, why can't I just chill? Like the fact that so many people don't have to deal with that craziness. It's like it's so unfair. I'm like, you guys are actually sane, and you take negative comments or like stuff like that in a normal way. What do you mean? But yeah, so like I mentioned, I think my moment of weakness yesterday was just that I was hangry, because I was very irritable. And normally I would normally just go like, oh, a negative comment. Let me just ignore that and move on, right? But then when I saw certain things, I was just like, you know what, shut the fuck up. And then I clapped back, but it wasn't a good clap back. And then I regretted it immediately. And that's not professional, you know. And that's the thing too, when you're a content creator, knowing when to speak and when to hold your tongue is very important when you're a public figure, because whether you're an indie or a corpo, it's going to affect your career in some way depending on how bad it is. I was watching this video about this drama tuber, and it was just kind of like, yeah, like there's a lot of people that shouldn't be talking on certain topics, or at the very least talk about it in a more cordial way, a very civil way. And that's why, like, holding your tongue is very important when you're corpo. I've come to learn. Mm. I don't think you can really clap back to a faceless person. Yeah, that's true. Well, all I was doing was ruining my image to everybody else. Like that. It really was just a lose-lose situation. I did the same to an old friend of mine who really liked progressive metal and showed me it. I was an ass about it, and later on, I would try to get him to play it again. He would refuse. You know what? I think just you admitting that you were being mean to your friend is kind of a step in the right direction. I mean, yeah, sure, he kind of now has that type of feeling about you, about sharing that type of stuff with you. But at least you can acknowledge, because like many people don't know when they've been an ass. Like that girl that I mentioned earlier, she doesn't know that she says these things to people. She doesn't know that she's being an asshole. And that's the thing, it's like if she was just like, if she just hated me personally and then was nice to everybody else, I'd be like, okay, fine. I mean, I'm not going to tell my friends not to be friends with her. She was, we just had personal beef. But then I found out she was a dick to everyone, and I'm like, oh, she's just toxic. It wasn't that she hated me, she's just a shitty person. Oh, she's the person that got jealous that I had like all the guys in our friend group interested in me, and so she started spreading rumors to other people, especially other girls in our group, that I would only talk to guys in order to send them nudes, and that I only had guys in my chat because I would sell them pictures and they would give me money. And I'm just like, bitch, where? What money? I wish I was that cool. I wish. Enaria OnlyFans, bro. I wanted to do that. Like the inappropriate content that I was posting on Twitter, right? I wanted to make very lewd images of myself and then post it on OnlyFans. Like that was like what I was gonna do as an indie. Just it was either gonna be OnlyFans or Fansly, and I thought it would be so fun because like I'm definitely not going to post actual nudes like ever. Like I'm not gonna do that for money, but just the thought of like having a place to sell lewds of myself, um my anime girl self, like I think that's very very funny. It's part of the immersion. Richio, hello hello, hi hi puppy, hello hello. You're ruined. Yeah. Oh, I was so happy when I came I posted it on Twitter, but like I made that drawing of me and like my indie friend, right? And then I like my character I was wearing a sweater that said her royal wineness wine, and then I was just like, whoa, I should have made that my thing from day one. That's amazing. I'm surprised that I didn't come up with that. Like that's crazy to me. But yeah, hi hi. Let's see. Yeah, steal it. Yeah, I know it was one of those like very millennial live laugh love types of sweaters, the ones, the types. Ooh. Okay, so I don't know if you guys have these at your McDonald's, but we don't have straws anymore over here for McDonald's. So instead, it's like the same type of cup lid that you have for coffee, where it's like there's like a little spout, like a little sippy cup, which I don't like. I hate that. Like I've never liked hot coffee because or not I like hot coffee, but I hate hot coffee that comes in like these disposable cups, because just having the weird adult sippy cup lids like bothers me so much. I'm always like, what if it spills on me? So skill issue is the reason why I hate it. Are straws banned there? It's just that, no, I mean, it depends, because they do still have plastic straws. It's just that some businesses will either swap out the plastic straws for paper straws, or just have no straws altogether. And McDonald's, I guess, is one of them. Orange juice cartons, which can be a pain. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, speaking of which, I thought that was very interesting when I found out that like cartons, like milk cartons and stuff. I didn't know how you guys used to open those, because I had like the milk cartons that came with like an easy pour spout with like a screw on lid. And so having to like, pop open like the flaps, I was like not aware of. I was just like, what's that? We still have straws, but we have to ask for them. They add them anyways. There's so many times where I'd order something and then I would click the option to refuse utensils because I'm eating at home anyways, right? So I don't need utensils, and I want to save the earth. And then they'd give me the utensils anyways. I'm just like, you're convenient, but you're kind of killing me here. Turtles love straws if they buy. That's bad. That's bad. Enaria manhandles the carton into ribbons. I like that better than straws. Yeah, me too. I don't. I just said I don't, but it's like I appreciate the option. I appreciate this. I will. Oh. I just thought about something. Last week I ordered some boba, right? Because I don't actually like milk tea, and then I was like, you know what? I'm gonna finally give it a shot because I tried milk tea before, but it wasn't like the usual milk tea that you guys would get with like brown sugar and like syrup and make it really sweet. It was just kind of like just plain winter melon milk tea and like some boba pearls. So I didn't like it. So I was like, maybe I just need it sweeter. So I ordered from a place and then I got so annoyed by this. But so you know how like a boba thing works where it's like you have the plastic cup and then you have like the plastic sealed lid, right? Like the thing that they just kind of fuse onto the cup. And then you like break that open with a straw, right? You like stab the straw through it. This place gave me a paper straw, but like the lid was still plastic. I was so mad because like I was like trying to stab through it and it wasn't working. So what I did was I took a knife and just like I carved a hole into the top of it and then like stabbed the straw through. I made the first incision. Yeah, so I feel like paper straws, you can use them, but when it's a boba shop and you kind of need it to open the thing that you're drinking, maybe don't use paper. I'm just saying. I feel like people would forgive the boba places, the boba shops, since they're using paper cups and lids. Or no, they're using plastic cups and lids anyways. So I think having a plastic straw isn't that bad. Unless I feel like maybe a solution to that would be having something like this where you can kind of open the cup lid somehow, or I don't know, maybe some perforations, literally anything, because having a paper straw to stab through a boba cup is the worst. Like that was not gonna work. That was not gonna work. Surgically planting straws. Yeah. Yeah. I i think I kind oh. So this is where I'm very comfortable just ordering stuff and just eating at home because I can make up for it, because if I had to deal with that problem in person, like while I was at the store or while I was at the shop, it definitely would not work and I would just be struggling. I'm just like, can you just remove the lid actually? Hi, hello. For time for bamboo shoots. Wait, I think that's a thing. I don't know if they've made like boba straws like that, but like I because like boba straws specifically have like that angled tip where it's so that it's like stabbable, right? I think they do make bamboo straws, which is pretty cool because like paper straws aren't for everybody. Plastic straws are kind of controversial now. So like having a bamboo straw is actually kind of a cool idea. Because at least it'll still be stabbable, it's still stabby. Um, there was this when I was a kid, I was watching a lot of Mythbusters, and then there was this one episode where they were testing out old um, old torture methods, and there was this one torture method that really freaked me out. It was the bamboo shoot thing. I forgot what they called it exactly, but basically they would plant some bamboo, right? They would lay a person on top of that, and then the bamboo would just grow through them. and it was just like the fact that they're waiting for it to grow means it's like, it's slow, it's agonizing, it takes several days for it to like, actually kill somebody or fully stab them. So yeah, very brutal. Very very messed up. Oh man. You ever think about how old torture methods were just like the worst? And I think it's just because like they just I forgot who it was, but like some like historian or whatever was talking about how a lot of the time, like medieval torture methods were as brutal as they were because people just didn't really give a shit. Like they were like, well, if you're because like okay, so just real quick, the reason like the reason why I'm saying that is because when you're like okay, so in the medieval period, right, they didn't have anything like doing any types of DNA testing. They didn't have detectives. They didn't have detectives on the scene. Like and scoping the crime scene for clues. They didn't really have a way to identify criminals too well. Like basically, like the investigation thing wasn't really fully like wasn't well developed. Like they didn't have DNA, they didn't have blood testing, they didn't have like the whole fingerprints thing. So when you commit a crime and you get caught, it's because people are very sure that you did it, right? It's like getting caught for murder wouldn't be like, oh, like it's because he left his fingerprint or like a strand of his hair at the crime scene, right? It wasn't that. It was literally like a farmer like saw this guy getting murdered by his neighbor in broad daylight. That's what would lead to something like an Iron Maiden or whatever, because they're 100% sure that you did it. So they're like, okay, we are going to murder the fuck out of you now, we're gonna torture the fuck out of you. So that's no forensic science in the medieval period. No, no, no. So yeah, that's basically why medieval torture methods were as brutal as they were, because you're not gonna argue your way out of that, basically. You got caught red-handed, broad daylight, many eyewitnesses, that kind of a thing. So that's why they were very unkind, especially with their beliefs at the time. hmm My McFlurry is a little melted, so I'm gonna put it in the freezer again. I'm such a scumbag, because it's like I do have cookies and cream ice cream in my freezer, and then I went ahead and bought an Oreo McFlurry anyways. They hit different, okay? They hit different. They're different textures. But yeah, okay, I think I'm good for now. Thank you guys for coming and like, listening to me ramble. I'm kind of, out of sorts because stuff in my real life are kind of interfering with certain schedules of mine. So I'm like, okay. And then I'm also like trying to sort out other projects and like trying to get permissions and trying to sort out like the logistics behind certain things. But yeah, thank you guys so much for coming. Thank you to Iwin for restreaming me again. Thank you guys. See you guys on tomorrow's stream after the second debut, as always. I hope to see you guys on my next stream. But until then, no, why'd you have to show up now? But like, hello, hi, Fillion. You call. I was We've met before, and I was like the one that was like a grape. So yeah, hello. Oh my god, why does this shit? Anyways, thank. Come on. Wow. I swear to God. Anyways, thank Thank you guys so much for coming to my stream. I hope to see you guys on my next one. But until then, take care. Bye. See you guys tomorrow. Make sure to follow me because they have notifications now. Bye.